Yo, I know what you're here for. Let's get to that sports talk, baby. We got a lot of stuff going on, and it's been very good for us this week. It's been very good to be a Commanders fan, but it's a lot of stuff. It's free agency going on. It's basketball going on. It's still sportsy stuff going on. Who said the NFL offseason can be bad? Now, first, you see what's on my screen. We got Tee Higgins. He's on a franchise tag, $26.2 million. 26.2 million, which I think is crazy, bro. You shouldn't be able to franchise tag a guy like this, bro. He's been putting up numbers, bro. My guy been putting up solid numbers. He been doing his thing. He ain't been no crybaby for real. He ain't been asking for the ball. He the most stand-up wide receiver you have out there. The most respected wide receiver in Tee Higgins, and he's suffering. He is suffering on the Bengals. This is a man who easily can require $30 million plus a year on a long-term deal. And I think that's the reason why we honestly went for Debo and the reason why we traded for Debo, because we seen the news, the reports coming out that they were going to franchise tag him, and look what they done. They didn't franchise tag Tee Higgins, bro. $26.2 million. They want to get some more time. You know, you hear that solid bullshit on ESPN about we just need time to try to get a long-term deal done. It's giving us time. There's no franchise tag in MLB. There's no franchise tag in the NBA. There's no franchise tag in any of these other sports but the NFL. They doing these football players wrong, because I feel like the NFL definitely, y'all come out with these numbers on viewers out there and how much people watch football more than basketball. Y'all keep all that money in the TV deals and stuff like that. Y'all bring all that money in, but you're not treating your players the way. I just don't understand how a baseball player, this is for me, and somebody can explain it to me in the chat if you want. I don't, to me, I just feel like, and this is the tweet. This is the tweet that Tee Higgins actually put out. He said he was going to let us know what was going on and what was going to happen. And tag. He got tagged. But to my point that I was saying, Starman, what's good? What's good, Starman? Welcome, Starman, to the chat. Keep tuning in to the chat. Hit that like, hit that comment, subscribe. Check out the reaction to Deebo Samuel in the last stream when we got Deebo Samuels and the news broke on that, and all the stadium videos throughout there and the trivia, all the good content in my channel. Y'all hit that subscribe button. But as I was saying, and here it is right here, Bengals, this is Adam Schefter. You know, he breaks all that type of stuff down. Bengals placed the $26.2 million franchise tag on Tee Higgins. This makes the second straight year. This is the second straight year they done this to my nigga. You know, I'm a fan of football. I can have respect. I can like a player out there like Justin Jefferson. I'm not liking any of, you know what I'm saying? I can respect players when the guys are balling. You feel me? And Tee Higgins been balling, and it's bullshit that he hasn't have to go through another year. So what you telling me, the NFL, and just like I said earlier, the NFL, they're the only sports team out there that has a franchise tag like this. No MLB, no soccer. You telling me you could do it twice? You could do it twice to a nigga? Washington need Darius, and stay tuned in. Stay tuned in, Starman, because we're gonna get into that too. We got Darius Slay has been released, and right now we are talking about Tee Higgins, but in a little bit we're gonna get to Darius Slay on if should Washington make a phone call and see how much Darius Slay might cost us, because we spent the 5th round pick on a 1-year deal with Debo. Darius Slay could be one of those guys we could add to the team. But we'll talk about on the both sides the reason why we shouldn't get Darius and the reason why we should get Darius. But right now, Tee Higgins, and maybe they are holding Tee Higgins so they can use him for trade compensation. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these guys in this draft is looking like a more out of position type class than anything. Quarterbacks aren't that great in this draft. You got Cam Ward, Shador, but anything else after that, I think a lot of people are sleeping on Jalen Milroe. I think Jalen Milroe Just like how Lamar Jackson got sleeped on. I'm not comparing Jalen Milroe to Lamar, but he does have that kind of Lamar build. So whoever gets Jalen Milroe, I feel like he's going to be good. And we're going to see in the next 2-3 years what Jalen Milroe going to be, because he's going to be on the team and he's going to get some playing time. But I honestly think the Bengals just don't have enough money. They don't know. They're panicking. This is what the Bengals are doing. The Bengals are panicking because they got to pay Joe Burrow. You got to, not pay Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow already got a contract. You got to pay Jamar Chase. He going to hit you over the head because he was the 3-crown champion. Receptions, yards, touchdowns. Jamar Chase whooped y'all ass this year. Y'all thought y'all was going to hold out on Jamar Chase and he wasn't going to be that good. He was going to have a down year. They was praying on the down year so where they didn't have to pay him that much. And now you better pay the man. You better pay the man. And I don't understand how y'all keep holding on to these good-ass players. I don't understand how the Bengals hold on to these good-ass players. Y'all, you tell me, chat. Because let them go. If y'all going to have a shitty defense, and basically, I don't like that coach. I think he's shitty, too. And organization, they kind of been shitty, too. Don't lie. The Bengals, I ain't trying to disrespect them because they are the only ones that really can beat. Well, nah, that's over with. The way Mahomes, I'm taking that back. Don't quote me, Chad. Don't quote me, Chad. The Bengals are not the only ones that can beat the Chiefs. The Chiefs are ass now. I don't give a damn. After that Super Bowl, that took a toll on them. They got BTA. We got BTA too. The Eagles is like that, but they got BTA in the Super Bowl. But let's listen in on Nina Kimes on the franchise tag a little bit.
Dan and I were talking about this too. It's not a particularly great receiver draft. So if I'm a team like the Patriots, the Commanders, the Chargers, I'm calling and seeing if it's a possibility. I'm not saying it's going to get done, but I'm just calling to see if there's a possibility.
Hey, the Chargers could use a Tee Higgins. Let's think about some of the teams out there, y'all. Hey, what team out there, y'all put it in the chat, who needs a Tee Higgins? Chargers, Steelers. Steelers been looking for a wide receiver since last year. And adding to George Pickens. Emotional George Pickens at that. I'm surprised. I just feel like is it just me or every single wide receiver coming out of the Steelers, coming out of Pittsburgh, they just acting like divas for real. They acting like smooth bitches. Put a dress on him. Like Antonio, George, Le'Veon. These guys starting to have some attitude. But they can use a wide receiver in Tee Higgins. We was going to get Tee Higgins. But we seen that the franchise tag was already going to happen. So we ain't really want to we didn't know if we could make a play for real. And that's how I'm starting to feel about Myles Garrett. And we'll get into Myles Garrett in just a second, too. Should we still get Myles Garrett? Should Commanders still get Myles Garrett? But as in Tee Higgins, there's a lot of teams out there that would like a Tee Higgins. And I feel like every other 31 other teams should be calling in for Tee Higgins and seeing what a nigga want. Do you want? I'll give you my hands and feet. You want Tee Higgins? Whatever it costs to give me Tee Higgins, I feel like I want that nigga. But they doing what the NFL allows them. It's within the rules. You feel me? It's within the rules. We're going to give you a franchise tag to where you got to stay on my team. What type of bullshit is that?
And Mina, I think that's exactly what is going to be going on across the league right now. Again, the Bengals have not advertised their intentions other than trying to get a long-term deal worked out with Tee Higgins, which is what they should be saying because, number one, they should want the player. But if they can't get a deal done, then they should be looking to deal Tee Higgins. And there are people across the league.
Adam Schefter is speaking facts. And if you're listening to him, what is taking you so long? You knew he was him. You knew T was him. We been knew T was him. We was sitting at home watching T when y'all made that little Super Bowl run, putting straight bags on asses. Let me go to the stats. Let's look up Tee Higgins stats, and I'm going to share my screen. Tee Higgins stats. I'll go to ESPN, bro. We're going all the way in there. Tee Higgins stats, bro. Bro putting up straight BTA. Hold on, let's zoom in, chat. So, boom. Since 2020. 2020, that's the start off point. The man already had a 908 yards. Star man, would you want Tee Higgins or do you like Debo? Debo on my team now. So, yes, I'm not going to be delusional and say, and this is me responding to Star man. Any of y'all got any comments out there, put them in the comment section. I'm not saying that Debo is better than Tee Higgins. I will lie. Tee Higgins is a younger player. He looks like the go-get-it type ball type of catcher, but we already have that type of guy in Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin is that type of guy that go catch it and go get it. So does Tee Higgins fit into the Jaden Daniels type offense? Hell yeah, he would. He would put up a measly 1,000 yards. You telling me JD5? And that's what I think what he's going to do with Debo. I think Debo, think about it. People who are saying that Debo is washed, think about what Debo did with the quarterbacks he had. The man had Jimmy G. The man had Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy a little nice. He all right. You know what I'm saying? He gets it done for his team, but his coach is definitely scheming that shit up, and you cannot lie. Go and look at Debo highlights. He's taking shit from 10 yards to 70 yards downfield for a touchdown, breaking tackles. So a lot of yards is coming from help to the quarterback. And I just feel like the quarterback gets a lot of the, you know what I'm saying, a lot of the praise. But back to Tee fucking Higgins, this monster of a fucking wideout. He had a down year in 2023, but other than that, you still getting those consistent type of numbers. You feel me? And last year, this is 2024. Last year, he had 10 touchdowns. Put that on the other side of Terry. Put that shit on the other side of anybody. Put that in your offense. You're good with 10 touchdowns. Think about how many points, do the math, you're getting from a guy in Tee Higgins. 1,000 yards back-to-back seasons in 2021, 2022. And those were some of the great years that the Bengals really had. 4,595 yards and 34 total touchdowns. So, and this is what Higgins been seeing. This is what the Bengals been seeing. So why I don't understand why y'all just seem to not get it right and to seem to not want to pay these guys. Trey Hendrickson just had the most sacks this past year. Trey Hendrickson was already balling out. Why are you waiting so long to pay these guys? And I just feel like that's why our team's getting so much bad cap space. Think about the Cowboys. Will you keep paying Dak Prescott $60 million for? I'm not a GM for your team, but I just feel like, what the hell? Like, some of y'all teams are just putting yourselves in cap space hell. When we get Debo, he's going to cost us around what? I think it's like $17 million. But it's a 1-year deal. It's a prove a year. You think Debo ain't going to try to prove himself and get another contract? Think about that. Think about that. I'm on the last year of my deal making $17 million. This is my last year. And if I ball out, I might get another 20, 25 million per year. If I go crazy, Debo's finna go insane in JD5's offense. But talking about Tee Higgins, and let my boy Adam Schefter finish his point.
Who believe that this could wind up being a tag and trade. Now, we don't know whether that will happen, but I can tell you that there are people around the league who believe a tag and trade is possible here with Tee Higgins, despite the fact that the Bengals have said their intent is to sign him to a long-term deal.
So maybe they looking to deal Tee Higgins. Maybe he will get dealt. Maybe there's guys calling in, and maybe they're thinking they might get some draft compensation for him by putting a tag on him, because you're not going to be able to pay all these guys. One of these guys is going to have to move on from. But the way the offense was just crazy last year, how do you get rid of a guy like Tee Higgins? But I think Jamar Chase is a hell of a receiver. He's going to get a lot of the coverage, but he can somewhat pick up some of that offense from if you were to let Tee Higgins walk. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to have an insanely great offense. You just need a little bit of defense. Y'all been ass on defense. So if you got to cut back on the cost of offense, that's what you're going to have to do. Y'all niggas don't play franchise. You niggas don't play Madden franchise. You ever not? Some of y'all need to go out there and do some Madden franchise. Some of these motherfuckers in the front office, they're not playing video games. Sometimes you need to play this Madden shit. That shit is definitely get you in your right mode. You feel me? But sad for Tee Higgins. That guy, I'm sad for Tee Higgins. He deserves to have his bag. But that is that for Tee Higgins. And $26 million. I could have $30 million a year. I'm kind of pissed. You feel me? Next, Darius Slay. Darius Slay has been released from the Philadelphia Eagles. He has been released. What am I reacting? The first reaction I had is why. The more you think about it is Cooper DeJean, they got Quinyon Mitchell. Those guys definitely balled out this year. We've seen the pick six from Cooper DeJean in the Super Bowl. He picked us off when we thought it was over until Jaden Daniels had one of those miraculous game-winning games with Jamison Crowder. Cooper DeJean almost sealed the game and picked off JD5. So this is a guy who's been a six-time Pro Bowler. He didn't play awful last year. I feel like he still has maybe a good 2 more years left in him. I haven't seen anything bad from Darius Slay. Darius Slay is a good-ass player still. So I just feel like whoever gets him, and it could be a steal, you might get him cheap. You know what I'm saying? That might be a guy you can get cheap. He's entering his 13th season, though. When you think of a guy that is at 34 years old in the NFL, the GMs, coaches, they don't think that way, bro. They don't think about if the player's still good. They're not thinking about if the player still has years left in them. They're just thinking about your age. Like some of these teams just think about your age. Like, oh, he just let's get younger talent. You know what I'm saying? Darius Slay is still a hell of a player. And as a Washington Commanders fan, we've seen it. Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz. Some of these veteran guys can still give you some good play that some young guys just can't, and the experience they do have. And he has Super Bowl experience. This man has just won a Super Bowl. This man has been the captain of his team, bringing up rookie players. You know what I'm saying? He still has that in him, and sometimes you want to sign experience. He's definitely going to get on the team. I think as a Commanders fan, I want to draft a corner in the first round. So as in any of the questions in the chat retaining on what should we do with Slay, like what Starman said back in a little bit back in the chat. And what do y'all think? Should the Washington Commanders, or should your team, if you're any of the teams watching out there and you're not solely a Commanders fan, or no matter what fan you are, how do you feel about Darius Slay? Is he washed? Would you pick him up on your team if you were a GM, if you were an owner? Would you sign Darius Slay? I think we just traded for Lattimore. He still has 2 more years left in this deal. Give him a healthy offseason. He did not finish that great in the back half of the season. I know what some people gonna know that. Lattimore, he's kind of washed. He's getting beat up. He was injured before he got traded. Shout out to Terry McLaurin. That's my dog. And he paired up with Debo. Shout out Terry freaking McLaurin in the chat. Darius will be insane on my team, Washington. Yeah, man. I can see where he could be a good fit because we need some corner help, But we just got a veteran type guy in Marshawn Lattimore. We don't want, I feel like in the first round, we get Nate Wiggins, we get that corner. I forget what his name is, but it will come up in just a second. One of these young corners, first round, 4-3 type of guys. We got Mikey Singer still. We got Lattimore with 2 years left on his deal. Sorry if I'm kind of out the frame type shit. My fault. You know what I'm saying? You get busy talking, you get into your bag. But as I was saying, we have Singer still. He's a beast. Singer still's a beast. Let's worry about re-signing Jeremy Chin. And let's go Burgundy Panther. We got to get Ward first. Yeah, man. So you Ward, you talking about Ward from the Browns, or you talking about Cam Ward? Not sure what you're talking about, Burgundy Panther. Hit me back on that one. Maybe I'm retarded. But hey, Darius Slay, just the problems we had at DB this year. I know, and I feel it in y'all hearts, Commanders fan, because I've had it. Darius Lattimore, he getting burned over here. People getting burned over here. But these guys at the back half of the season started to improve. Quan Martin started to improve. We had Dante Fowler getting 10 sacks. We can get some young cat in the first round. Darius Slay, I was kind of stay away from this one. But if we do get him, I'm not mad at it. I wouldn't be mad at it. So that would say, hey, look, in the first round, we might get a lineman, add to this O-line to protect Jaden Daniels. Maybe it's that type of thing. But I thought this was a shocker. I honestly thought this was a shocker. A guy like who should be almost on a Jason Kelce type to the Eagles for real. This man has won a Super Bowl with y'all. This man has spent 5 seasons with y'all team. You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe Darius Slay could have went off in his own note, but I'm not that guy to be picking and choosing on what a team should do with a player. But I felt like Darius Slay still has a type of guy. And look at this right here.
11 passes.
This right here. This is the best in the game. This is the best in the game. This is one of the best in the game. I'm not sure this clip was from this year. Locking up Justin Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? This is a guy that might still have it in him.
A moment ago.
So if the Washington, we got the cap space, you make a move, then who knows? Terry McLaurin, we back in the chat. We need a better defense after what I saw at the NFC Championship game. Yeah, man. We went through a lot in the NFC Championship game, but honestly, broski, it was really a lot of turnovers. You know what I'm saying? I feel like our think about how many turnovers we had. The offensive turnovers was just killing our defense for real. I feel like our defense would have hung in there. I feel like if Eckler after the half does not fumble that ball after half, I feel like JD5 gets us a chance and gives us a chance to actually almost beat the Eagles. We did get our ass whooped, but a lot of turnovers happened. De'Ami Brown fumble. The kick return by McNichols fumble. You know, it's a lot going on. Burgundy Panther, we got to get. Yeah, we do. Yeah, Travarius Ward. I knew that's who you was talking about. I knew you was talking about Travarius Ward because I was like, I think you're talking about the one from the Browns. And for that gotta be the first move next week. Yeah, this is the next move because we got our number 2 corner. I mean, we got our number 2 wide receiver. So that kind of negates the fact of now, because you remember all season, it's been all season to the off season. Are we going to get Tee Higgins? What wide receiver are we going to put on the other side of Terry McLaurin? And that's what it's been. this whole time. And now that that's sealed up and we got Debo up out of the added Debo to the equation, it's like, all right, what next? Because, we still need needs. You know what I'm saying? We still need corner. Corner should be our next aspect. I say draft the corner. That's me. As a Washington fan, I say draft the corner. Draft a corner in the first round. I want them to draft the corner in the first round. We got Mikey Singer still. We got Lattimore with the healthy offseason coming back into the equation. Give Lattimore a chance. And the thing is, the trade deadline doesn't end till like week 9. They added a week because I think it was like week 8 and stopped, and then they put it on week 9. So we can still say, hey, fuck it. Trade again for another corner if Lattimore starts fucking getting baked. I'm not sure. But this is the cap against the Eagles because after, I think, post June 1st, after June 1st, what would have cost the Eagles if they would have kept Darius, but I think this would freeze it up. If he is designated as a post June 1st release, the Eagles will save $4.3 million against the cap. That's nothing. You could have kept a guy, $4.3 million. Jonathan Allen is costing us like $11 million. Like, if we let go or release Jonathan Allen, we open up like $10 million, $11 million in cap space, and the cap space went up by $22 million. Debo is a steal. That's what people don't know. I don't care that you don't think he's washed. I don't care that you think he had a down year. He didn't cost us nothing. He cost us a fucking bag of chips, a 5th-round pick, and he's on a 1-year deal. So if his ass is a bot ass this next coming year, let him walk. Let him hit free agency, and we add another damn receiver if he ain't gonna pan out. But I just feel like the Eagles, not saying they did him dirty because he spent 5 years there. He won a Super Bowl there. I think it was like back in 2022 or 2023, they were about to let him go. They were about to let him go, but then he took like a friendly deal and came back with the Eagles. And then he already said it in the middle of the year, I think earlier in the season, that this was probably going to be his last year. So people kind of seen this thing coming with Darius Slay within the Eagles office, and then within in Philadelphia, they just felt like that's probably going to happen anyway. But I feel like Darius Slay is a good player, another cornerback that hit the market. And you heard my boy Burgundy Panther talk about Travarius Ward in this one. That's another guy that's hitting the market. I'm thinking since we got Debo, we can focus all on the resources on defense. Hell yeah. This is what we should spend all our cap space on. All our cap space should be on offensive line and defensive line. Corner, that's why I say corner, just draft it. Because after you draft the corner, spend all your damn money on the D-line and O-line. We know what was going on with us. Jalen Carter up there looking at the Eagles D-line, beefed the fuck up. The O-line, beefed the fuck up. We need to start beefing shit up. Because honestly, go all in, bro. While the JD is doing what he's doing now, you just gotta go all in. But that's some of the news from today, as in capping that off between the two breaking news between Tee Higgins and Darius Slay. Now let's head it over to, I guess we could talk a little bit about Deebo Samuel. You know what I'm saying? Deebo Samuel under Cliff Kingsbury now. What does this mean for JD? He gets another receiver. What does this mean for guys like De'Ami Brown? Do we keep De'Ami Brown? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Do we keep De'Ami Brown? What type of packages? Do y'all want to see Deebo Samuel in the backfield? Do you want to see Deebo Samuel taking hits? You know what I'm saying? And I had my reaction in the last live stream to actually the news breaking. I think it was on Saturday that the news broke or whatnot. So Man, Cliff Kingsbury finna have a field day. I just think he's gonna have a field day. He's gonna be amplified about this type of stuff. Terry McLaurin in the chat. Anybody else in the chat? You want to hop in the chat? I'm responding to everything, all questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling. I got my jersey on. I got my hat on. We got some news going on. We got some sports. Where else you want to be? Where else you want to be? Let's just talk sports. Let's chill. Jets are trying to trade Devontae Adams. Man. And I seemed like we was like weirdly on the landing spot for that. And that was kind of like weird because I'm like, after we got Debo, I'm just thinking about that. And that's one of the news. That's one of the news that broke kind of in the recent like last 2 days that I really didn't even think about. And shout out to Terry McLaurin, my guy, in the chat. Hit that like, comment, subscribe. Be on here every time some news break. Devontae Adams. Sources: the Jets are now taking calls on star wide receiver Devontae Adams, opening the trading him prior to the start of the league year. No surprise with his $38.2 million cap number. That's a lot of money you're paying the guy in Devontae Adams, which he came on the Rodgers boat. I think they're trying to get that stain off him. I think they're just trying to get that Aaron Rodgers stain gone in a way. Because I don't understand the reason why you get rid of Devontae Adams. He adds to your ballroom. Like, don't blow the whole thing up. There is still some good players on your team. $38 million cap number is a lot, and you probably want to get some players. And he will be cut. This is a guy who can pick and choose where he wants to go. Is it the Steelers? He said he will go back to Green Bay. He said he loves Green Bay. He will go back to Green Bay. Green Bay needs a wide receiver. Christian Watson, you got the guy in Hicks and stuff like that. Those are some ball players out there, but they don't have a bona fide number one receiver like Josh Jacobs said about them. I think they was on like Media Row or something like that, and they said that. But cutting Devontae Adams sounds crazy in 2025. I say get rid of Noah Brown. Noah Brown gave us that moment. We will never get that moment back. JD5, you know what I'm saying? He JD5, he throws it down there. Noah Brown, he catches the Hail Mary. But some of these guys, you can't be in love with sometimes, yes, the moments we had last year was the greatest moments of, I would say, my entire life. I don't give a fuck. I've never seen my team do what they done last year. I've been a Commanders fan forever. You know what I'm saying? We can go into a whole backstory, but these players that made those moments, Jamison Crowder, he had a great moment in the back of the end zone against the Eagles. Noah Brown, he had a great moment with the Hail Mary. You know what I'm saying? We had some of these great moments from different players, and sometimes in the offseason, it's just business. You love these guys, but some of these guys you got to move on from. So when Terry McLaurin talks about, and let's put his comment back up here. I don't know what the fuck going on in that screen. Shout out to Deshaun Jackson. Yes, sir. Shout out to Deshaun Jackson. But as I was saying, let's go back to the comment section here where Terry McLaurin said something about getting rid of Noah Brown. I say that too. I think Noah Brown probably is going to walk. I say De'Ami Brown's probably going to walk. I think they're for these guys. And honestly, we have a lot of free agents that we need to sign. So I'm going to go back to the list of free agents. I'm going to share my screen here. And then we're gonna get to the list of free agents of 2025. Damn. And right here, Commanders free agents 2025. Here we go, chat. List of free agents for the Commanders. I'm gonna zoom in here for y'all, chat. So this is all the contracts of this year. We still got Debo. You see where it says 2025 team Commanders. This will be the year that it is his last year. So he is on this list, but he's not a free agent this year. But these are the free agents this year, 2024 team. And this is the line where they don't have a contract for next year. Bobby Wagner. We have to re-sign him. That's a guy you cannot. The fuck? Sorry, Chad. I don't know what the fuck that was. Sometimes you get on these fucking apps, they start sending dumb shit out. Tell me I got a virus on my shit. Bobby Wagner, Commanders, off. Not 20 on the 2025 team. Marcus Mariota. That's a guy that really was involved in JD5's process of growing. If we can get him back, I think Marcus Mariota might be more important than some guys think. Think of it. We didn't already been through this, y'all. We didn't already been through a quarterback being hurt, and we got nobody back there to back him up. And you know what I'm saying? I'm not wishing nothing on nobody, on no injuries, but we've been through this injury shit too many fucking times. We need to get the O-line straight, protect JD at all costs. JD, slide if you need to. I don't need you taking any hits, but Marcus Mariota will be a good backup. Backup quarterbacks are really important in this day and age. Because I mean, you see guys in Deshaun Watson, you see guys in Anthony Richardson coming out. You see guys into when we had Alex Smith and different quarterbacks out there that are just gone for the year. We had Trevor Lawrence knocked out, basically. Like it can happen at any point in time. Jeremy Chin, bring that nigga back at all costs. I don't give a fuck what you do. And what's that number one player out there, y'all? Out there, chat, on who should be signed? Who is the next guy that needs to be signed? And if you weren't here in the chat earlier, we did speak on Tee Higgins and the franchise tag, which is some goddamn bullshit, chat. And then Darius Slay, and if we think we should, maybe Commanders might try to pick that up. Maybe we need some help, more help in the DB room. You know, we talked about that too. Shout out to everybody who is tuning in right now. And if you got any comments about any of these free agents that we should bring back, or DBs we should sign, or you know what I'm saying, we got 81 million left. We got a bag left. Let's piece all this shit together and let's whoop the Eagles' ass and get into the fucking championship. And that's what we try and do. We fans trying to help a team. You feel me? Jeremy Chin, got to bring him back. KJ Osborne, let him walk. Bro, we got him and he ain't do shit. KJ Osborne ain't do a fucking thing. We brought him in for what, depth? Bro, I don't even think called a pass, and I want to do him dirty. But he came in really late in the season and did nothing. Clayton Farrell, edge, let him walk. Trustway, that's my dog. You got to bring the. He been with us. He been with us since thin dirt to dawn, nigga. He been through there and back. You feel me? He done been here. But I think how long has I think Trustway been on the team for like 10, 15 years or some crazy shit. Let's look that up real quick. How long? I'm going to type it down. I'm going to show y'all my screen real quick. Trustway been with Commanders. All right, I'm going to share my screen, chat. It says here, Way has been with the organization for 11 seasons, so 11 years. This man has been with us since 2011, chat. 2011, we have had Trustway in here, so he's still great. Bring him back. Bring him back. Bring him back. Got to bring him back. So let's go down here fast. Dante Fowler, he had 10 sacks. The man had a great year this year, and maybe you do bring him back on the edge and just add a really good other pass rusher to Dante Fowler. I wouldn't care about that. You know what I'm saying? Even though we do want to get good, we got the eager now. You know what I'm saying? We was in the NFC Championship, so we scratching at it. You feel me? So everybody feeling like we need to do everything in 1 year to try to get this Super Bowl here next year. Because I know we want it. We want it next year. We want to be in the Super Bowl next year. But anything can happen, y'all. Anything can happen. It's football. You feel me? Anything can happen. We still have more than enough time with JD5. So, do we have to stack the deck all in this year? We necessarily, realistically, don't have to. Don't try to break the bank. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to do too much. Keep the depth of what we have now and some of these core guys we had last year and add to that with explosive players like we did with Debo. And that's why I think that was such a great trade in getting Debo for a fucking box of donuts. Michael Davis, get that nigga all the way up off my team. Burn his name from any jersey or any from DC. Burn him from DC. Zach Ertz, that's my dog. Bring him back. Definitely a great tight end we had this year. And another guy, which I say with Darius Slay, like what I said with Darius Slay, is a guy who definitely, Bobby Wagner and Zach Ertz, they all fall into the same category with Darius Slay. They have some good years still in them. They're still playing at really good level. So I'm saying bring him back. Bring Zach Ertz back. Bring Lucas back. Lucas was not that bad on our O-line. Keep him for depth. Maybe add to the line. Michael Dieter, did he play great? I think he might. Did he? I'm not sure. Not sure. Trent Scott played good. Maybe you got to bring him back. Maybe some of these guys you got to let go. I don't know. I'm not saying this guy's last name because I don't even know. I'm not trying because I tried it in the last stream and I really fell apart. Let him walk. Let him walk. Zacchaeus, and that's one of those guys who has so much of that. Like, yo, he has so much plays for us, bro. And it's sad to say it, but Zacchaeus probably has to walk. He might have to walk. Benjamin St. Juice, you got to walk. You had a bad year. That's definitely a spot we got to improve in. Jamison Crowder, you're getting up there in age. You're still a great returner. I think you might bring him back as a returner on a friendly deal, but you might have to let Jamison Crowder walk. De'Ami Brown, you might have to let walk, but the way he played in that playoff game, y'all know what it was when you jumped into that playoff game. It was really locked in. He was catching passes with hands in his face and shit. So that's a guy you might need to bring back. All these guys down here, Noah Brown, like Terry McLaurin said in the chat. Shout out Terry McLaurin in the chat. Noah Brown might has to walk. It's a lot of guys. We got a lot of guys on this list, yo. Chris Rodriguez, let him walk. Oh, yeah, all these guys down there, let him walk. But I appreciate y'all stream, bro. We on here almost all the time with some news break. We got some Commanders news, and it's starting to come back. We starting to chip back at it. I thank y'all for tuning into the live streams. You know what I'm saying? I went to the NFC Championship. I went to the Falcons game where we made it to the playoffs, got the fan interaction, got the trivia going. You know what I'm saying? Check out the long form. I'm telling you, will not be disappointed. So appreciate y'all for sticking into the live stream and hitting that like, comment, subscribe. We will be back on here to talk about any news going on with the NFL. My Lakers doing right. They the second seed. So, hey, I'm turned up. You know what I'm saying? My Commanders, we pushing forward. We getting some players. Shout out to everybody feeling what I'm feeling. And my Lakers, the number 2 seed. LeBron playing like Miami LeBron at 40 alongside Luka Doncic. Hey, love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Y'all keep doing y'all thing out there. Y'all keep striving to be y'all best selves. Y'all keep, you know what I'm saying, grinding to be the best y'all can be. I appreciate y'all. Tune into the next live stream on the next time. We got some news breaking. Thank you. God bless.